Thanks everyone for listening to Master English with Tim, the podcast where every Monday, so far, you can learn English pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar in depth and detail, and without ever hurrying. Except for maybe this episode. What's different about this episode? Well, the truth is I am wondering whether I should continue making this podcast. I have learned a lot by making this podcast. I've learned a lot about organizing material and making it understandable for people and what people want to learn about. But at the same time, there are other things that I've learned about podcasting that aren't so positive or encouraging. One of them is that in podcasting, like in almost everything in the internet nowadays, you really have to grab people's attention and deliver the information in a way that is interesting, extremely interesting, from start to finish. And you know what? That makes me tired. I honestly don't care enough to do that for people who, well, aren't paying me anything. I have really enjoyed making every one of these episodes, and I really am excited every time that I finish an episode and push publish and put that out in the world. And I'm really happy that there are people who listen, and at the same time, I get no money from this, from doing this every week. Each episode typically takes me at minimum 1 hour. There have been episodes that are much shorter than that for preparation time, but really the minimum for an episode is about 1 hour. And the NGSL episodes, those take about 1 hour to make, but it also took a lot of time to write those articles full of NGSL words. I wrote those a long time ago, so if you really think of it in that way, it has taken me, it will take me not 1 hour, but probably 2 hours for each NGSL episode, and there are episodes that have taken much longer. So yeah, it's a lot of detailed work. I've learned a lot about delivering information and organizing it, but I have to choose between kind of three things. Doing the podcast on a Sunday night. I currently am working 55 hours a week, and doing something that I just want to do for myself, or teaching a class which could potentially pay me $50. So it's either $50 or enjoying myself or making a podcast, which I also have enjoyed so far doing, but that people don't necessarily listen to that much. Perhaps there are more people listening to it than I know about. But if there are, I really have no way of knowing about that. I guess I could, if I really wanted to, go and download a VPN and find out how many people are listening to me on Yandex podcasts. But, I could do that, but I don't actually get any money from that, even if people are listening. So I think what I'm going to do in the future is focus on my local teaching. I live in a small city in the Midwest, and here where I live, there are a lot of people who need English. They need English lessons, and I will move my podcast, the episodes that already exist, onto YouTube. I might make, in the future, some podcast episodes and put them up, but you will probably no longer find them on Apple Podcasts or CastBox or wherever you found them before, because in order for the episodes to show up on those platforms, I have to pay $15 a month. So essentially, I'm paying $15 a month, which is $100 a year, $160 a year plus tax for something that doesn't make me money. I'm paying money to put something out there that gives me no money back, and I'm just tired. If I had less work, if I had more free time, I would probably continue doing this, but yeah, if you have any reason that you really want me to continue this, write to me. If many people write and say, "Hey, Tim, please don't stop, keep making this podcast," well, then I will consider doing it. But if that doesn't happen, then this might just be the last episode. I didn't plan on this being the last episode today. I would have preferred to say goodbye to this podcast maybe several days beforehand, so people don't wake up and find out, the people who do listen don't wake up and find out that this is the end of the podcast. But I've had so many things to do, so much work, so much responsibility, and tonight I've just not been able to do it. And so, like I said, the podcast will continue to be available on YouTube. And yeah, goodbye. If you have any final comments or questions, you can write to me in the email address, or to the email address that is in the description of the episode. So yeah, everybody who's listened, thanks for listening. It has been exciting doing this, but I think it's time to move on to other things. And like I said, I might make an episode in the future, and if I do that, you will be able to find that episode or those episodes on YouTube. I've also considered doing something a little bit different, a shorter format in a different place, like maybe Instagram episodes. Those are more suitable for advertising, teaching services. And so, yeah, you will probably be able to find me in the future, but you'll need to find me first on YouTube, probably. So, yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty right now, but for the moment, I have to decide what I'm going to do with my jobs and my free time, and podcast no longer really fits. So I'm sorry if I've disappointed you. I hope that you have enjoyed the content. If you have, if you're a new listener, then, go back, please, and, look at the old episodes, listen to the old episodes. There's a lot of useful stuff in there. And, yeah, I'm kind of rambling here at this point, but I'm very tired. It's almost midnight where I am, and I need to go to sleep and get up and go to work tomorrow. I was hoping to get a longer vacation, more rest time over the holidays, and really kind of the opposite has happened. I've gotten less rest than I usually do when I'm working. So, again, everybody, thank you for listening, and find me on YouTube. Same name of the channel, Master English with Tim. Goodbye.